It's time for the TV Upfronts. Doesn't mean anything to you? Yeah, probably not to most people. Basically, it's the TV network saying, here's what our lineup is going to be for the next year. What that means for me personally is I get to find out which shows made it and which shows didn't. What made the cut and what got canceled. And there's some interesting things to look at with this, and I do want to kind of go down the list, but every year there's kind of that pain of investing in a show and then it never being around anymore, especially those shows that like to bring you from place to place, that are more serialized. And then there are the shows that you feel like are successes and you get to celebrate that they're going to be around for another year. So let's go network by network and take a look at this. ABC, as I look down that list, I'm excited to see that Once Upon a Time was renewed. I've enjoyed that show. We enjoy it as a family, kind of the fairy tales. I am interested to see how long they can keep this up. It feels like there needs to be an ending to this show at some point. I'm starting to get that Lost vibe, like I need some resolution here in the next, quickly, because I don't know how many stories they have left to tell in this universe, but I do want to see what happens with these characters. So I am glad that it did get renewed. And then the one that got canceled that I'm kind of upset about is The River. Not extremely upset because, to be honest, those first few episodes I did much enjoy, but I did manage to stick it through the entire season of The River, and it actually got pretty interesting and compelling towards the end. So I am a little bit disappointed that The River won't be back. That one's canceled. CBS, as I look through these, excited to see that a lot of my old-time favorites are back. The Mentalist is coming back, which is a lot of fun. Person of Interest has been renewed, which I did not think that would happen, but, good. I'm enjoying that enough, I guess. It's not one of my favorite shows on TV, but I'm enjoying enough to stick with it. And then on the canceled list, a show that I gave up on right away, Unforgettable, was canceled and will be forgotten. How's that for irony? Fox, taking a look at that, looking at what has been renewed. New Girl, huge hit, got renewed. Glad to see that's going to be on again. Touch, Kiefer Sutherland's new show, which I was slow to warm up on, but I'm starting to enjoy it as I see some of how it ties together, and I love the numbers part of it. That always gets me. So I'm glad to see that that's coming back. It'll be interesting to look at that. And then on the canceled part, Alcatraz. That I kind of have mixed feelings about. It was a little complex for its own good, but at the same time, man, I love seeing Jorge Garcia on the screen, and I really feel like they could have tweaked a few things in that show and fixed it, but alas, it will be gone. Alcatraz is gone, and Terra Nova also gone, the dinosaur show, which I actually enjoyed watching with my oldest son. I know it was cheesy, but it was dinosaurs, and I liked it, so sue me. And finally, NBC Community is actually coming back. I imagine it will be its final season. I know 30 Rock, I think, is doing one final season as well on NBC. Also making the trip back is the show Smash. Although it is not on the fall schedule, they have renewed it, so maybe it'll be a spring debut next year or something like that, or winter, mid-season replacement, something like that. We are loving Smash, dealing with, I think, very real and authentic topics, and at the same time, the whole musical aspect of it. It's like as if Glee not only had great music, but actually had a fun show to follow as well. That's what Smash has been for us, so I'm glad to see that that one made it back. And then in the canceled column, NBC, some that we already knew about, like Chuck. We knew Chuck was going away, but it'll still be sad to see it go. But other than that, Awake is the one that if you're following and you kind of want to know what's going on, that's the one I think of all of them that kind of leaves the viewer the most high and dry. Which world is real? Is it the one where his son lived or the one where his wife lived? You can't leave us hanging. You can't cancel a show like that. Except you just did. Hope your favorites made it to next year.